Welcome back to English Class with Amber. Remember, if you enjoy the video, give us a like and subscribe below. Today's video is about the first conditional. Before we get started, what is a conditional sentence in English? Conditionals discuss known or hypothetical situations and their consequences. Simply put, conditionals are sentences that look something like this. If X, then Y. Or when X, then Y. Conditional sentences always have two clauses, and usually if or when leads one of those clauses. Let's look at the first conditional specifically. The first conditional, or the probable conditional, are sentences that are likely to be true. We most commonly use the first conditional to talk about predictions, plans, promises, suggestions, offers, warnings, and superstitions. Let's look at an example. If you study hard, you will be successful. Notice there are two clauses. The first clause, if you study hard, and the second clause, you will be successful. This sentence also has the word if. Let's look at the sentence structure in a formula. First, we have if or when, then a simple present clause, a comma, the subject of the second clause, a modal verb, in this case will, and a verb in the base form. Though will is the most common modal verb for the first conditional, you might also see the modal verbs can, could, should, would, may, might, must, and shall. Let's look at some more first conditional examples. First, let's look at plans. If it rains, we will move the party inside. The first clause, if it rains, and the second clause, we will move the party inside. Notice we have the word if, and we use the modal verb will. We can also use other modal verbs here, but the meaning might slightly change. For example, if it rains, we can move the party inside. Or, if it rains, we should move the party inside. Another example, when I finish my work, I might go to the party. First clause, when I finish my work. Second clause, I might go to the party. Let's look at some examples of suggestions. If you go to California, you must visit Hollywood. When you receive a gift, you should send a thank you note. An example sentence of a prediction, if he arrives late, our boss will be annoyed. Remember, in conditional sentences, you can flip the clauses and the meaning of the sentence remains the same. So, we can say, if he arrives late, our boss will be annoyed. Or we can say, our boss will be annoyed if he arrives late. Another example of a prediction, if this flight is late, I will miss my connection. Let's flip it. I will miss my connection if this flight is late. Examples of warnings. If you don't wear sunscreen, you will get a sunburn. If you fail the test, you won't pass the level. And finally, superstitions. If you break a mirror, you will have bad luck. Great job, everybody. Let's practice. Here are 5 writing prompts. Pause your computer, read the prompt, and answer with a first conditional sentence. Remember, your response should look something like this. If or when plus a simple present clause, a comma, the subject of the second clause, a modal verb, and then a verb in the base form. After you finish, press play to see some example responses. Number 1, tell your teacher about your future career plans. When I graduate, I will apply for marketing jobs. Number 2, suggest a vision of chores with your roommate. If you cook dinner, I will do the dishes. Number 3, tell your class about a superstition. If you find a 4-leaf clover, you will have good luck. Number 4, give a suggestion for someone who is visiting your country. If you visit Florida, you must go to Miami. Number 5, warn a new driver about traffic laws. If you don't wear a seatbelt, you might get a ticket. Great job, everybody! If you have questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Otherwise, subscribe here for more classes. See you next time!